In a small town nestled among rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young boy named Noah. Like many his age, Noah often found himself caught in the trap of comparison, constantly measuring his worth against the achievements of others. This habit cast a shadow over his days, stealing away the simple joys of life. Noah's parents noticed their son's growing discontent and decided to send him to spend the summer with his wise old grandpa Henry, who lived in a cozy cabin at the edge of a vast forest. They hoped that some time away from the hustle and bustle of town life might help Noah find his way. On a warm June morning, Noah arrived at his grandfather's cabin, his shoulders slumped and his eyes downcast. Grandpa Henry, with his weathered hands and kind smile, welcomed the boy with open arms. "Come on, Noah," he said, his eyes twinkling. "Let's take a walk in the woods. I have something to show you." As they ventured into the forest, Noah couldn't help but voice his frustrations. "Grandpa," he sighed, "why does everyone else seem to have it all figured out? Jack's the best at sports, Emma's the smartest in class, and Lily's artwork is amazing. I'm just average at everything." Grandpa Henry listened patiently, nodding as they walked deeper into the woods. Suddenly he stopped and pointed to a majestic oak tree towering above them. "Noah, what do you see?" he asked. Noah looked up, squinting against the sunlight filtering through the leaves. "It's a big oak tree, Grandpa. What about it?" "That's right," Grandpa Henry smiled. "Now look around. What else do you see?" Noah's eyes scanned the forest. "Well, there are pine trees over there and some birch trees and even some small saplings." Grandpa Henry nodded approvingly. "Exactly. Now tell me, Noah, do you think the pine trees are sad because they can't grow acorns like the oak? Or do you think the birch trees wish they could be as tall as the pines?" Noah furrowed his brow, considering the question. I don't think so, Grandpa. That would be silly. They're different kinds of trees." "That's right, my boy," Grandpa Henry said, placing a gentle hand on Noah's shoulder. "Each tree in this forest has its own purpose, its own beauty, and its own way of contributing to the ecosystem. The oak provides shelter for birds and squirrels. The pine gives us cool shade and a wonderful scent, and the birch adds its unique beauty to the landscape." As they continued their walk, Grandpa Henry pointed out more wonders of nature. They paused by a bubbling stream, watching fish dart through the clear water. "See those fish, Noah? They're made to swim, to glide effortlessly through the water. But do you think they wish they could fly like the birds overhead?" Noah shook his head, beginning to understand. "No, Grandpa, they're perfect just as they are, in the water." "That's right," Grandpa Henry nodded. "And look at those birds soaring above us. They're made to fly, to ride the wind and explore the skies. But do you think they envy the fish, wishing they could swim instead?" Noah smiled, the lesson sinking in. "No, Grandpa, they each have their own special abilities." As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow through the trees, Grandpa Henry led Noah to a small clearing. They sat on a fallen log, and the old man turned to his grandson with a serious expression. "Noah," he began, "in life, we're all like these trees, these fish, and these birds. We each have our own unique talents, our own path to follow. When we spend our time wishing we were someone else or comparing ourselves to others, we miss out on the beauty of our own journey." Noah nodded slowly, his eyes wide with understanding. "But Grandpa," he said hesitantly, "what about social media? Everyone always seems so happy and successful online." Grandpa Henry chuckled softly. Social media. It's a tricky thing, Noah. Remember, what people share online is often just a highlight reel of their lives. It's not the whole story, just like how a single photograph of this forest couldn't capture all its complexity. And beauty, a few posts on social media can't show the full reality of someone's life. As they made their way back to the cabin, the forest alive with the sounds of evening, Grandpa Henry continued his lesson. "Instead of wishing to be someone else, Focus on your own strengths, Noah. What makes you unique? What brings you joy? Those are the things that will lead you to success and happiness. Noah thought about this, remembering how he loved to write stories and how he always felt a sense of accomplishment after finishing a new tale. "I guess I do have some things I'm good at," he admitted with a small smile. "Of course you do," Grandpa Henry exclaimed. "And when you use those talents, when you follow your own path instead of trying to walk someone else's, that's when you'll truly shine." As they reached the cabin, the stars beginning to twinkle in the darkening sky, Noah felt a weight lift from his shoulders. He realized that he had been so busy looking at others, he had forgotten to appreciate his own unique qualities. "Remember, Noah," Grandpa Henry said as they settled onto the porch swing, "life isn't a competition. It's a journey, and we're all on our own paths. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Just focus on writing your own story, one page at a time." Noah nodded, feeling a new sense of purpose and contentment. He realized that the trees in the forest didn't compare themselves to each other. They simply grew, reaching for the sun in their own way. The fish didn't envy the birds, and the birds didn't wish to be fish. They each had their own purpose, their own beauty, their own way of being. As the summer days passed, Noah found himself spending less time worrying about how he measured up to others, and more time exploring his own interests and talents. He wrote stories inspired by the forest, helped Grandpa Henry tend to his garden, and even learned to whittle small figurines from fallen branches. When it was time to return home, Noah hugged his grandfather tightly. "Thank you, Grandpa," he said, his voice muffled against the old man's shirt. "I think I understand now." Grandpa Henry patted Noah's back gently. "Remember, my boy, you are unique and valuable just as you are. Don't let comparison steal your happiness. Shine in your own way, and you'll light up the world around you." As Noah boarded the bus back to town, he carried with him not just memories of a summer in the woods, but a profound life lesson. He had learned that true success and happiness come not from trying to be like everyone else, but from embracing and nurturing what makes you special. And so, dear listener, as you go about your day, remember Noah's story. Remember the trees in the forest, each growing in its own way. Remember the fish in the stream and the birds in the sky, each perfect in its own element. And most importantly, remember that you too have your own unique gifts to share with the world. Don't let the trap of comparison dim your light. Instead, focus on your own journey, nurture your own talents, and shine brightly in your own special way. For in the end, it's not about being better than others. It's about being the best version of yourself. Remember this. The sun and the moon don't shine together, yet both are important. So find your path and shine in your own way. That's when real success comes. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more motivational stories.